Got ourselves team 1 missing a guy, but we've got team 2 together with Call of Duty. We got ourselves Coffee Boy as a Feral Druid, Jayhawk, Morty gonna be first up as a Fiery Mage, and QLK waiting his turn with that Frosty set. Children gonna be first up over for the team 2. Team 1? Team 1. There's big damage on Morty. Morty might be in a lot of trouble. Might need himself Iceblock really early here as Children able to put in a bit of pressure and then secure himself at least a pretty big defensive out of Morty, but not really doing good on his health. Actually, look at that Mastery burn. It's doing quite a bit of damage. Morty backing up out of there. Just trying to see if he can go for a bit of damage of his own. Just uses something to end Children. Unless you got a bubble, he's still got a bubble. Still got probably Shield of Vengeance, maybe even a, what's it called? Spell Warden. Gonna be Morty with the cheat death. The Children just takes him out. I'm not really sure what Morty was trying to do. I guess he just wanted to go in, pop combustion, cast a couple fireballs, like it's a PvE dungeon. Not enough though. As Children does play, switch over to a Blessing of Protection, actually. Not a bad choice, especially as he's going into the full bleed of QKL. The man is still able to get himself quite a bit of healing, even through the Blessing of Protection. Could Warrior maybe survive this? Children did end up using his big immunity. Warrior still got plenty of cooldowns available defensively and offensively as Avatar is rolling in together with that Rage Generation. Human Racial was used really early on though. As Children's just trying to see if he can send in the hammers. Is it enough? Bad judgment. Oh man, Temple's verdict, right? Final verdict, slamming down. He casts the judgment on the boy and send him to the early grave. As Coffee Boy is going to be up next. It looks, wait, is it called Druid or is it Coffee? Hold on, wait a second. Whoa. Wait. Okay, Call of Duty's backing up out of there. I'm glad I caught that. And I'm glad that Call of Duty also caught that. I think maybe he was supposed to go first, or Coffee Boy. That was definitely confusion. Mad damage, Children. Wait a second. Oh, wait a second. Coffee Boy almost went down. What was that? Big Morticoil sent in as Fasco's trying to see if he can take advantage of this situation. Stun into Coffee as he got himself a Barskin ready to go. Going to be portals joining in with a Cannonball 1. Does he have a second one? Opening up even more portals for even more corrupting chaos damage as the Infernal. That's a quick Infernal, by the way. Coffee's not out of the woods just yet. Then Infernal is going to add quite a bit of extra pressure. Trying to go for an interrupt, doesn't quite connect. Trying to go for conflagrations. Coffee trying to go for regrowths, but that Infernal is not letting him do any whatsoever. Trying to see if he can go for CC on the Infernal wall to fall against himself with a little bit of shielding, but it's barely giving him survivability. Yet another portal right around the corner. You will not be able to dodge this whatsoever. Trying to pick up a little bit of healing while Heart of the Wild is active. As Fasco's just needs himself one more global to take down Coffee. Maybe he go for a port. He would probably get an angle too if you did it. Oh wait, did you already port? Oh, he just ported. And trying to think, I think he tried to go for a soul burn port just to give himself that sprint. Try to see if he can maybe sprint over to Coffee, but will not be able to do it all that easily. Trying to go for a little bit of Moonfires onto that pet, but it's going to be a Morticoil sent in. Fasca's looking to end you. Got himself Conflagration 1, maybe 2. Coffee Boy, Barskin available. It is going to be a portal attacking you for a little bit extra shadow damage over time. Not really going to let you catch any kind of easy resets whatsoever. As Coffee just going in for a quick stun, but wants to mostly back up out of there, retreat to a much safer position. As Fast trying to see if he can get himself over there with a Conflagration, maybe a couple of bolts. But as long as Coffee can avoid those bolts, he'll be okay. And actually weighted out the dots, so he got himself a full reset. Fasca's got choices. He's either could just wait out for Coffee, and you know Coffee is going to use his fantastic ability to catch himself a bunch of healing around the corner. Fasca's is just too much expecting that the Feral is going to come to him. The Feral is kind of low. He's just going to be licking his wounds every single time. Wait, where's your port go? If you can control him with those fears and stuns, maybe that could happen. Stun to fall, got himself a bunch of portals, maybe a bunch of damage. Bonds of Feral, the Feral has to make a play. He's gonna have to back up out of the Barskin to fall. The Feral doesn't have much places to go. It's gonna be nice edged out by Fascas. Try to go for the portal. Coffee Boy maybe he's in a good position. Basher onto Fascas. Does not have an intro for the Cyclone right now. That's gonna be Root onto the pet, Cyclone to the Warlock, and Coffee Boy doesn't make an escape. For Fascas again, you gotta either pick up the eyes and find the Feral. That or bait him in a good spot where an opener from Feral would put you in a good position. You want to make sure that if you're gonna let the Feral catch a reset, let him come to you. Make sure he opens up in the most advantageous spot for you. And he tried dropping Feral, but Coffee dodged it entirely. Went to a Mortal Coil. Try to go for a fear. Doesn't quite connect. You definitely don't want to be playing around these pillars, man. These pillars. Every time you try to get a cast off, he just ends up rounding the bend last second, whether in the Mortal Coil, whether just outrunning him. portal by fast skills, trying to use whatever left of his Warlock's mobility, but Kavi just going in for hit and runs, a little bit of bleeds here and there, does go for the skull bash, fast skills with one bolt, second maybe, maim to follow, then it's going to be a blasphemy join in, the man got himself another wall available, fast skills got himself a perfect setup, that is also going to be Dark Lair in the bridge though, so I don't know if that thing is actually going to be able to do much. Kavi's still taking a bit of damage. Is it still there? I thought I saw his tentacles for a second. Apparently not. But I guess he's just gone. Vasquez just needs a little bit more damage. Coffee Boy, not a lot of health available. Does go for the Mortal Coil. Fear to follow. Is this where you get yourself a setup? Bonza fell. That's perfect. Big damage. Coffee, no health whatsoever. Does he get to survive? The portal one's available. That's going to do a bit of damage to you. The bed is right next to you, so it's not going to let you get an interrupt unless you dodge it just like you did. Oh, but the conflagration doesn't have taken you out. Honestly, I thought the Pharaoh would have that one at that point. I felt like that was went long enough where the Warlock is just like losing out on a lot of his big offensives. Gotta be Call of Duty up next versus Fasca's. Got himself reflect immediately. Fasca's got to make a play versus Call of Duty. You can't let the dots really take you down. It's gonna be full burst out of Druid. Is it going to be also Dark Lair? Might be in a bad spot. Fascos needs some survivability. Just needs to live, let the Druid take himself down by casting it to you while the Dark Lair's up. Mortal Coil, definitely want to go for Dark Back. Stun right after. Druid is not in a great spot. Bonzafell, I think it's just over. Wait a second. Oh my god. Oh, Fascos does it. A blasted him out fairly quickly from one Druid into the next as Jayhawk is going to be up next. You definitely want to CC this mage as much as possible. Breath to follow will not be able to do anything with the pet. Maybe interrupt an Arcade Surge. Not bad. Jayhawk trying to see if he can get yourself another CC setup. Knockback on you as well as the pet. Arcade Surge, you better have an answer for this one. Better CC him as best possible. Reflect is up last second. Does reflect a bit of those missiles back at the guy, but not into the Magi. Fear to follow. Is it going to be enough? I don't know if that's going to be enough at all. Barely surviving. Wait a second. Oh my god. Jayhawk does end up coming out on top there with full health and everything. Grifka out on the chase. Jayhawk better be careful. He should be aware that, hey, Grifka's in stealth. Forbeard not running at you. Only one thing that can be true. Gonna be a Grifka up next with the breath. Immediate trinket. Trying to get aggressive with Jayhawk. Dampening isn't super high. So Jayhawk, if you go for Icebook, you might be okay. Does block a secret technique. Able to catch up a little bit of healing at the very least. But the man is gonna have to play perfectly. The Rogue still has immediately come out of the ice block. Immediately hits it with the sap. He's not gonna let you play the game at all. Gouge right after. Trinket really early. Really early. I would have probably saved up for the blind or something. Grifka trying to go for a bit of reset. Shot him out. Does have advantage back up. Cloak shot is available. Does have cheat death. Blind. Jayhawk better be extra careful here. I think he needs to go for as much damage onto the Rogue. Cloak shot is really early. I don't know how you live this. I don't know how you survive right now. Your health is not looking all that good. You got to get CC onto the Rogue. Polymorph off of the breath. Wait a second. Maybe something you could work. You're going to force a vanish out of the Rogue. But a barrage? Nova? Anything? I don't know if you got anything left. Oh, that secret technique in the end. That secret technique. I feel like he almost has it every single time. But then it's just not quite Seawork levels of play. You know what I mean? Because I feel like whenever Seawork walks in, he just bullies rogues. It doesn't matter how experienced they are. With Jayhawk, it's just a little bit of a different situation. It's like he's so close. But then I think he ends up... I think honestly he's lagging the most of the times.